Alright, what do we want to do? I could do anything. Let's do Omicron, because we did Akua the last time. Let's do Omicron, game mode survival. Yeah, survival. Omicron, difficulty settings. Hello. Start equipment. We're gonna set it on easy. Player progression fast. Degradation speed off. Oh. Speed of degradation when using weapons and tools. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna set that to slow. Keep most of these things to either rich, high, or fast, except for enemy difficulty. I'll keep that at medium. Rate of NPC spawn high, drone base attack high, drone presence high. Okay, so a lot of resources, but also a lot of enemies, and that should be okay. Let's see. And good to go. And I think everything is good to go. Let's name this one good to go. There we go. And what's the seed? Oh. 4. Yeah. I don't know what 4 is, but we'll go with it. Okay, so is this a press copy of the game? And if not, will it be open to the public? So, this is a press copy that I was given. However, the game's available already. If you guys wanna play Empyrion, you are more than welcome to. But do you mean, will I be hosting a server for this for fans to play on? That one's a little bit more complicated. I'll be thinking about that. Yeah, I really wanted the seed to be something stupid and inane. Okay, Promethium is actually super handy. Let's see. We need to be near some water. Copper, silicon. No iron though, which is doing me a concern. Hongo? I don't know what hongo is. Well, I'll just make do with whatever I got, and we'll go from here. I'll probably just hop on my motorbike and run around and stuff like that. And just cross my butts that this works out. Oh, this actually looks really nice. We barely spent any time on this planet. Wait, hold on. Did they change it? Oh, I don't have the motorbike this time around. Oh. That's worrying. Alright, let's pull the drill out, pull the pistol out. Chainsaw? I guess. Survival constructor. We have an emergency O2, and we've got a couple of things that I can pull from. Alright, so let's pull up the constructor for a second. Let's see what we need for the bike. So we motor, pipes, cables, electronics. Alright, I'm gonna have to just walk around. I'm gonna head for the water. Maybe I can find some things. There's a J to turn on the jetpack. There we go. Of course, it's like hella short now. Yeah, what is Fongo? Or Hongo? I don't know what Hongo is. I think Hongo is an enemy base, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. Yeah, what about the lake critter? That's what I'm gonna go check out. Worst comes to worst, well, I don't know. The hell are these things? They look horrifying. I want nothing to do with this. We will kill them all. Probably. I mean, luckily most of everything seems largely peaceful. So I'm probably okay, but like they will need to be executed thoroughly. Okay, but yeah, so seeing as there's the question about me opening up a server for this, I might do it. The problem is whenever I open up a public server for fans to play on, usually I only get a couple of people showing up or like a lot of people showing up, and it's not easy to sustain, especially because it costs quite a lot of money for me to host servers generally. And so the idea of me hosting a server is kind of rough. Originally I had it as a Patreon goal, but generally, I wouldn't get enough people to really make it worth it. And then everybody would stop playing after a certain point. I'd just be like, well, I don't know what to do. So let's see. Nothing. Let's keep going along these peaks. We've got supplies for at least a little while. Hopefully I can figure some stuff out. I just need to find an iron deposit. I wish they weren't, I wish they weren't so spread out, honestly. But yes, this game does have online multiplayer. You can play it with quite a lot of friends, in fact. And I've already experienced this. The multiplayer works really well. I'm going to turn up the music if I can. It's a little bit on the quiet side. There we go. Because, yeah, they didn't have much for functional music back when we first played this, but maybe they do now? Looks like they've made some market improvements since the days of yore. I almost feel like, is there like a back up getting started? I kind of wish there was like a start over button. It's like, nope, spawn me from a different section of the planet so I can try and find things, because we need iron more than anything else. Probably. But yeah, it would be nice if this game actually had deposits of resources more frequently than it does. I kind of understand why they don't do it that way, because it's supposed to be like, you kind of industrialize it and automate it after a certain point. Is this game more about crafting, exploring, or survival? Think of it more like Space Engineers, but you can do more in it. Okay, so we know where those are. I guess I'm gonna go to the other side of the lake. I think that seems like probably the best idea. Can you make a wooden spaceship? I can make a spaceship that has a wooden texture. But I can't... Unfortunately, I can make a base out of wood, but I don't think I can make anything capital ship related out of wood. Have to check it out. Yeah, hopefully we can find some iron on the other side. Okay. And unfortunately, we found practically every resource we could possibly need, with the exception of iron. No iron, no building. Copal deposit. Well, we leveled up to level 3. Well, that's kind of nice. Let's see. Can I actually... Oh, this is so much nicer. Factions, PDA, blueprints, marketplace, registry, map, sector map. Okay. So these are factions. We don't care about those. I was really hoping that I could actually, like, level some of these things up. Oh, we can level up light armor. Well, that's nice. Tools. Multi-tool. We'll need that, but we won't need that immediately. Cargo blocks. We're probably going to want to invest mainly in the hover vessel. At least early on. And specifically a ventilator setup. Maybe. Maybe not. What else we got? These are small vessel. We won't be doing anything with that. Okay. Oh, I have to manually unlock everything. Let's see. I've still got 12. Oh, harvest box. Oh, ores and wood. Well, it's not so bad. Yeah, we want the drill module. Unfortunately, it'll take some time. But the harvester module will be useful. Docking pad's useless. And we don't need passenger stuff, because I'm going to be playing this alone. Okay, let's go to the other side. It looks like we got a drone over there, which actually... Ooh. Did they improve the underwater a little bit? They might have. This game was always kind of ugly, and it still is. But it looks like it might be a little bit less ugly now. Don't I start with the bike? No, apparently not. They must have gotten rid of it. Or, I accidentally set the difficulty level higher. And not this time. It would have been nice if they let me start with the bike. Or some means of, how do I... Ah, that's how I descend. C. Makes sense. Yeah, so food. I wish you could almost, like, just drink this water, but I get the feeling it's probably a no-go drinking this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice to see more early... Oh, there we go. More early access style. Oh, that's quite a lot of iron, too. Early access, I guess, survival sandbox games. Actually, like, making some progress. I like the... I guess I like the less, I'm not going to say fighting-oriented ones, because this one actually does have, like, a decent amount of fighting involved. At least early on, even if it's a little bit, like, clunky-junky. I guess I was never very big into the forest, which was more directly about, like, kind of survival. Okay, so we do have a drone there. Oh. Did they make the pistols look nicer? I think they did. Oh, geez. I think I found what I'm looking for. Because we're getting a lot of cobalt, we're getting a lot of iron. We're gonna need copper. Pretty bad. I probably should have did some mining. Are those drones up there? Holy shit, that's a lot of drones. I think those are drones floating around up there. Either drones or some kind of weird bird. Okay, yeah, hopefully we'll get a ping for some copper nearby. If we don't, I might have to rely on killing drones. Oh, geez. This thing's alive. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Alien plasma. Well, I guess it is alive. It's just not the alive I was thinking of. Alright. I'm gonna save just in case. I'm more or less going to be setting up my base on top of that iron mine, because that's what I need the most of. And there's a large minigun drone hanging out directly above it. Oh, come on! I forgot this game forces you to auto reload. Those sound... Or forces you to manually reload. Those sound effects are not exactly what I call the greatest. It's got like semi-perfect aim too. Curious. I mean, it's not doing that much damage to me. There it goes. Yeah, we haven't found any copper, unfortunately. Okay, so where's this iron? I think we're directly on top of it, actually. Well, let's see what the large minigun drone had. If we're lucky, it actually has a lot of what we need. So it does. Okay. So this is the iron deposit right here. And I can also get, some extra biofuel. No. Oh, stone removal, resource mining. Okay, there we go. So I can do stone removal, which is interesting. I think I'm gonna turn off the, turn down the sound effects. They're a little bit... Oh, that's annoying. I had this game muted the last time we did a series on it, and I might have to do the same. Okay, that's a bit better, but we're not going to be able to hear the music at all. Which sucks. So, if you guys aren't aware of my complaint here, or you have no idea why this is kind of a problem for me, why are we digging further down? I'm looking up. Okay, the issue there is there's no specific slider for sound effects. Yeah, throw on OC Remix. I probably will have to. Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with OC Remix. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off all sound. I don't want to hear for this entire playthrough. That's gonna get really, really annoying really fast. OC Remix. You guys get to see my screen, I guess. Okay. Let's do add to playlist. Oh, and that's loud. And that's less loud. Okay, so we're going to be listening to some Castlevania jazz until I feel like switching. I downloaded the soundtrack this album specifically for my Surge playthrough because I wanted something better for the lobby music, and I'm pretty happy with it. I need to listen to more Castlevania music. Honestly, I'd actually really like to do a playthrough of a Castlevania game at some point soon. Probably, which was the really good one? Symphony of the Night, the one where it like flips halfway through. I think that's the one that I'd really like to play. The textures hurt you; they're so bad. I know they are. I really like Astroneer because it went with a low poly style. Gonna see if I can get this to 5. There we go. 5 is like perfect generally. It went with a low poly style, so you didn't have to worry about the texture scaling at all. But I don't know, unfortunately a lot of survival games go with the kind of like crappy realism style. I think it's absolutely a terrible design. Let's see, would I ever consider a song request? Unfortunately, song requests are kind of a no-go for me unless it's OC Remix specifically. Because sadly, since all of this goes up on YouTube, if I do a song request, I pretty much either have to cut the song out because chances are I don't have the license for it, and I don't want to spend the money to get the license either, or if it is OC Remix, I'd have to like go manually download it and stuff like that, which would actually be a bit of a problem. But yeah, no, I'd love to do a playthrough of a Castlevania game, because they look like they'd be up my alley. Same thing with like an old 2D Metroid game. I really wish the Metroid 2 remake was coming out on the Switch as well, because I would absolutely play that and do a series on it. But instead, I guess we'll just get 4. And what's the Castlevania spiritual remake, whatever, by the creator? They had a Kickstarter for it like a little while ago. Because I'm probably going to do a series on that as well. I don't think I'd ever play the other ones. Okay, Symphony of the Night is one of the most loved ones. Cool. Yeah, I tried playing a Castlevania game on the DS, but it was like super melodramatic, and I think it was a sequel. And it was super confusing. I was like, who are these people, and why do I care about them? And the answer was I didn't care about them. Anyway, next question is, back to this game. Will I be doing co-op? Probably not. Unfortunately, my co-op group has kind of dried up a little bit. You know, maybe I'll like bug Durf about it or something like that. But like Bird's only around for like 2 hours a day tops, and even then he has to do solo stuff because he's trying to kind of get back on top of his channel, which I totally respect. And then apart from that, like the Big Catterday crew group that I played with last time has kind of all gone their separate ways. Batbeard made a bunch of new friends, and so he's been playing with them. Durf's been generally just doing like scrap mechanics and stuff like that. And it's just kind of hard to keep up with some of those things. And this is more of just kind of me wanting an easy sandbox experience where I can make a spaceship, cheat in a silly amount of fuel, and then go flying around for a while. Okay, so is this probably enough iron? It probably is. We're gonna have to go walking for some promethium and some copper. Is that enough to get out? Yes, just barely. Okay. Cobalt deposit, iron, cobalt. Oh, promethium. Okay, and it's... So I'm going to put my base smack dab between the promethium and the iron. We're going to need to go get some copper elsewhere, which is a bit of an annoyance, but we'll be okay. I'm going to start grabbing as many of these things as possible. Some of these might give us some food or water, because, oh dang, we're starting to get thirsty. I think I got some rations, too, that I can eat. Let's see. We do have emergency rations. Though, those you want to eat when you're pretty much starving. I was hoping we'd get a pop-up for copper. Okay, this is probably good. So we want to do survival instructor. Okay, so to make a motorbike, we need motor pipe cables, electronics, and some steel plates. Well, we got motor pipe, cable, electronics. We need one more cable. That's copper ingots, though. I can almost make a motorbike. Well, let's throw in all of the iron ore and the promethium. Let's turn it on. And let's just start making as many iron ingots as possible. It's probably enough. I'm just going to toss the rest of these over because we're going to need them in here. Cactus. Oh, neat. I can eat the cactus as I go by. So I guess I'll start grabbing those. But yeah, so all we need is one copper ingot and I can make the bike. Well, remind me, this thing doesn't seem to need promethium. So I'll just leave that there. Let's long walk back, probably. Where's the copper? I guess it's right there, so that's not so bad. I guess I'll grab all of these things as I go by. Look for cactus, mainly. But yeah, if we can find a deposit specifically with copper closer to our new base, that'd be a good idea. Oh, you get the motorbike kit through the tutorial. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's okay. I'll live. I don't need the tutorial for space nonsense. Inventory looks like Osiris, though. Honestly, this game is very similar to Osiris. The main... Oof. That, like, weird texture glitch looks awful. The main difference is this one's a little bit closer to Space Engineers, whereas Osiris is definitely, like, I'm trying to think of what Osiris was closer to. I'm coming up with a bit of a blank. Honestly, let's just drag some of this water. Oh, that's O2. Oh! We're running out of oxygen. Makes sense. I should probably go get the oxygen converter. We'll grab the copper, and then I'll get the oxygen converter set up as we go by. Still got 3 of these left. I'm probably just gonna chug them. So I don't think there's much else I can do here. We'll be okay. Best to make the base next to the water. I'm gonna put it between the iron and the promethium because I'm gonna be harvesting them more often. It'd be nice if you could actually, like, pipe things around Factorio style. Oh, cactus. Probably going over the mountain might not have been the best idea for getting through this. Okay, and it's over to my right. I'm also curious about whether or not running specifically uses more or less of my resources. I don't know. Oh, aloe. Yeah, nice thing is we've got a bunch of effectively land-based snacks here. I wonder if I can just plant the cacti in the future. Well, I should probably stay on task. Starving is the least of our concerns right now with those emergency rations. We very specifically want to go after this copper deposit. If I'd been thinking, I actually would have made the bike over here. Or if I had also been thinking, I would have actually gotten the, if I'd been thinking, I would have also gotten the copper before I left. Because I knew I would have needed it. Yeah, I'm really liking this music too. This is really good music. Let's see, you know you can take off the helmet and it'll fix the O2 problem. Not on this planet. This planet has no oxygen on it. You can only take off your helmet on the first planet. That one has actual oxygen. Okay. Well, the nice part is just by walking, we'll have plenty of levels. Here's the question: are these? This is just wood. Okay, I was wondering if I could like harvest the fruits off of these things. Okay, so we should be able to make it to and from. Short, he's screwed. Nah, I think I'm gonna be fine. But I could have done this better. How does walking give me EXP? Every time I discover a deposit, it gives me a lump sum of EXP. And since I've got leveling turned on fast, I level up rather quickly. I'm gonna throw the cacti in here. Might as well eat them as we go by. Oh, gives the stamina back too. Nice. Gotta remember. Oh, I don't know if the switching between sprinting and eating. Well, sprinting in the jetpack lets you go like super fast, No Man's Sky style. Well, that's okay. I still go faster. Oh, picking plants also gives you EXP too. That's useful.